Pedro Pascal recently appeared on the red carpet for Evita in London alongside his longtime friend Sarah Paulson. And their friendship goes back to the early 90s when they were both teenagers in New York, just living their theater kid dream life. And this video of them on the red carpet received significant backlash because, according to body language experts, Pedro Pascal is creeping on Sarah Paulson heavy and she feels deeply uncomfortable.
Okay, I'm not one to defend Pedro Pascal, but body language experts are one. Like, that was like the Johnny Depp trial was the rise of the body language experts.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was a huge moment for them.
Let's watch this first video.
So he's pulling her closer.
We got a 20 here first.
From Adam Bowers. Hey guys, this is my 7-week-old daughter's first time watching and she absolutely loves Mary. She keeps trying to grab the screen if she's on. Aww, that's so cute.
That is adorable. Thank you.
I'm not sure that this show is baby friendly, but I guess if she can't understand English yet, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Bye.
But here, like, even his shirt is like designed to be like, look at me, I'm so quirky.
Like the fact that he's wearing slacks with a t-shirt instead of a
It's
suit.
The Cure. He's like, ooh, who's a band that's unproblematic?
Oh, I didn't see it close enough to know it was it was merch. Yeah.
Here we go.
So he
wouldn't wear a Danzig shirt.
He's got his arm around her and he's pulling her closer. She's turning her head away from him, and then he seems to be whispering something in her ear.
I see nothing of what this body language expert is saying. This just looks like two people having like a conversation to me.
Well,
again, not to be one to defend Pedro, but she does not look like they're saying.
Let's say this were just a video of two random people, right? I would probably think that girl isn't very into the physical contact that you're seeing in the video. And a lot of people agreed with that sentiment. However,
is it because her head is arched away?
Yes, that's mostly it. And the fact that she's not making eye contact when he's trying to talk to her. But there's another angle from the red carpet that a fan of Pedro Pascal posted that I would like to show.
But I was just like, okay, as somebody who is deaf in one ear and has had to have this happen multiple times where I have to have somebody like say something directly in my ear, you do not make eye contact when somebody's talking in your ear.
But she's not half deaf, so that's kind of irrelevant.
But the point is like they're in a loud room.
This is the second video. Okay. It seems like you can't hug your friend of more than 20 years because on Twitter they're going to call you a rapist for 3 seconds of a video taken out of context. Stop calling Pedro Pascal a rapist or a creep. He is not.
This one here?
Yes. So in this one, he's going even heavier on the physical contact.
Like, from this angle, he always seems like really, really excited. For somebody who claims to have social anxiety, he always seems really excited to grab people.
He has Justin Baldoni energy. I'm gonna say it. Touchy-feely. Yeah. Okay. He's a hugger.
I don't get that from her, but I get that from him.
He's a hugger. He's super touchy-feely. You can also tell in tons of interviews that he's done, he gets very emotionally intimate with people when he's basically strangers with them, let alone a friend of his for multiple decades. But even despite all of the negative response to this video, just a day later, Vanity Fair published a piece that was a retrospective on their entire friendship. Sarah Paulson and Pedro Pascal's beautiful friendship, a timeline. Pascal and Paulson's close relationship dates back to when they were both teenagers in New York in the early 1990s. So, you know, maybe this is just how they are together and we're not clued in. But plenty of women said that as women, they can intuit a woman's emotional reaction to something based on just a split second. Question for men, you can tell how uncomfortable she is, right? Like, you can read her facial expression and interpret her body language, can't you? And then another response from Sydney Watson, who just put out a longer video about how sick she is of Pedro Pascal.
She's like on like a one-woman jihad against Pedro. It's hilarious.
Yes. She said, I posted a video talking about how much I hate Pedro Pascal, and it isn't because he's leftist. It's because the entertainment space is working overtime to position him as the Cure for traditional masculinity.
He was wearing a shirt that said the Cure.
That the Pedro Pascal brand of masculinity is the right one because he cries a lot, is very emotional, fragile, sensitive, because he's so vocal about trans rights. That one about him being fragile is definitely true because of that video that got tons of views where he's on the stage with Vanessa Kirby and grabs her hand.
I'm sorry, but this is...
Oh, digging his fingertips into Sarah Paulson's shoulder there.
Wait,
is this guy on drugs?
So how long have they known? Since the 90s?
Since they were teenagers.
Okay.
Yes. And by the way, for context, Sarah Paulson is a lesbian. She is in a lesbian marriage, and Pedro Pascal is allegedly gay, but we don't know that for sure. He's never spoken on it.
No, it's, I mean, allegedly by other people. Yes.
Yes.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
But yeah, she went on to say he's allowed to touch women and behave somewhat bizarrely towards them. There are infinite videos of him performatively complimenting women's nails, and nobody bats an eye because he's got this gay affect that's disarming. Yeah. This would make the women of the internet scream if any other man did it, but Pedro Pascal gets a pass.
It was
His entire persona seems so manufactured, contrived, and performative. I would have less of an issue with him if he seemed sincere, but he isn't. He's just a 50-year-old weirdo who behaves like a teenage girl, and the media is bashing women up and forcing us to find him attractive. He isn't. He's a fake, and I hate him.
It was like there was videos of Scarlett Johansson kissing her co-star from Jurassic World because he's gay, therefore it's okay, and like her husband's in the background.
Who is the gay guy?
Josh Connor. What's his name? I forget his last name. Josh Connor.
Okay.
But the point is...
Yeah, but I do think that the gay best friend archetype is dying. And it's not because of the right wing. I think it's actually because feminists have finally wisened up to what gay men really are intending when they have close relationships with women. They usually, and the stereotype goes, gay men are the ones who encourage the straight women in their lives to go down self-destructive spirals as entertainment for them. And
okay, this is like him
gas women up into doing psychotic things.
This is him, to me, whispering in someone's ear. This is a whole nother story.
Yeah, I don't know where is he grabbing below the waist?
Like that's a level of
and look at her face, okay? So she's like angling her head away from him in that part.
To me, it's like it plays a little bit different if they have known each other since the 90s. If this is somebody he just met, that's even weirder, right? But like I said, this is the type of thing where it was him grabbing Vanessa Kirby's arm at one of the Fantastic Four events.
Right.
And all of the comments were basically like, well, he has social anxiety disorder and he has to do this. What does that even mean? Be an adult.
Yeah, your coping mechanism should never involve touching people. Another one.
Oh, also because it puts you in a position where like, what if you're like, I don't want you to touch me? Like it puts the onus on her to have to be like.
Is that not equally valid for the other person to not want to be touched?
Like that would 110% be me. I'd be like, do not touch me.
Get a stress ball.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like take a Xanax. Do what you need to do, but you don't need to grab people. The easiest way for a man to get unrestricted, unpoliced access to women nowadays is play the role of queer-coded queen feminist male. Gullible women let down their guard while usual media scrutiny is erased. All actions are written off as that of the gay bestie. But the bitch of it all is that Pedro Pascal isn't even gay. Like, at least not that he has ever admitted to. He still at least wants people to assume that he is straight, maybe because that makes him more marketable to his largely female fan base. But I think that feminists in particular are turning a scrutinous eye at gay men who want to be enmeshed in women's lives. And Pedro Pascal is just one archetype of the gay best friend that is viewed with suspicion nowadays. I think rightfully so.
Again, this would to me this would play also a lot different if it was somebody that he didn't know super well. But I guess I'm supposed to.
He does this to everybody.
I'm supposed to believe that because it's Sarah Paulson and they've known each other since the 90s, that there's a level of physical familiarity there.
He does this to everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how long he's known them.
I remember the Vanessa Kirby one. He like grabbed her arm.
That was Vanessa Kirby. But then if you read through the interview that we talked about, I believe last week with the journalist that he had just met. He was already trauma dumping with her. Yeah. Then they touched wrists because they both had tattoos dedicated to their mothers. He's a touchy-feely, overly emotional person.
Correct. Maybe he's just Italian.
We have yet to find out. But
thank you, chat.
I don't really think this comes down to cultural differences. unless we're talking about gay culture. Yeah, he has positioned himself as an ally, as an activist, as a male feminist. He wore the pink pussy hat. He's done all of the performative actions that you need to perform in order to, as they said, get unrestricted access to women.
Yeah.
I think people are right to point that out.
Jonathan Bailey, that's what I was thinking of. I'm sorry. It was Jonathan
correct.
Bailey that she was, I don't know if anybody in the chat mentioned it, but yeah, like they were, this was like pointed out that this happened at like multiple premieres and her husband was like just off screen in the background.
Yeah, Ariana Grande also took selfies with Jonathan Bailey where they were like laying down together.
Yeah.
And that was because he was on Wicked. And people were like, I wonder how Ethan Slater feels about this. Well, you can't say anything because gay men get to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They literally have just carte blanche authority to treat women however they want, call them bitches, touch them inappropriately, just based on the assumption that they're not sexually attracted to these women. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't get to speak to women or touch women in ways that a straight man wouldn't be.
I'm just thinking about how it would play as somebody who would not want to be touched randomly. Like then the onus is on you. Like, oh, what are you, a bad person? You don't want to help him while he's going through his self-imposed anxiety from being in public, his self-imposed public anxiety because he chose to be an actor.
Yeah, I just don't buy that. Like, you are on camera constantly. You love the spotlight. He's probably making that up too. Sounds like a front. It's a facade.
Well,
he's
again,
like, I'm a little small bean.
If there was a Me Too case someday, it would be massive, given the size of examples of him going around and touching the women at the events.
Yeah, and I know it's a joke, but people keep saying, can someone please just Me Too this guy already so we don't have to hear about him anymore? And I'm like, I kind of agree, and he does give me Justin Baldoni vibes. I know Justin Baldoni was falsely accused, of course, but it makes sense that he rubs people the wrong way because he tries to, get in people's personal bubbles. He tries to engage with them on a deeply emotional level that they're not prepared for, which is actually unprofessional, and it backfired.
For as far as stuff like this goes, until a woman comes out and actually says, like, it made me uncomfortable, this will keep happening. And otherwise, it's just body language experts saying that her head was tilted at a 35-degree angle, therefore
right.
She felt uncomfortable, which is not science, it's not anything. And the sum total of the evidence makes more sense when you think about it in context of just how many times it's happened or how many examples there are of him on red carpets doing stuff like this, but it doesn't really matter unless somebody comes out and actually says that it makes them uncomfortable. It's just speculation. So.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.